Welcome everybody to the second ever episode of the High Five. I'm Jeremy. We're just saying, and that guy.
You can call me David or Range of Motions.
And today, our topic with all of these people going back and forth between companies, Jade to WWE, Edge / Adam Copeland to AEW, is who from WWE should go to AEW.
Ooh, I want to start.
Go ahead with number 5.
I would like to see Gunther in AEW because he'll get to put on 20-minute matches every week if he goes to AEW, and that would be hype. Like, yes, I get that a lot of the mystique with him is that he is the wrestler in WWE. So it's not going to be the same because half of the AEW roster is the wrestler, but still, I want to see him wrestle everyone.
So you're here for the dream matches with Gunther /
yeah,
Volta.
Gunther, literally only dream matches.
My number 5. And this will make a little bit of sense later, but Seth Rollins. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I would like to see what he could maybe do with a little bit more freedom in terms of wrestling wise, because character wise, I don't know what more freedom means for him. Never been the biggest fans, but I do know wrestling wise, it could create some really big matches over some of the biggest stars wrestling over almost 10 years now.
Yeah, people would be salivating to see him and Jon Moxley in the ring in AEW.
That'd be interesting, considering how much Seth has reinvented himself in WWE versus Mox, who kind of is the same character, just his vision of it.
Mm-hmm. Seth in AEW would be a lot of fun because there's a lot of dream matches you could get out of that.
But number 4.
All right, I'm going to start number 4 then, since I've already came. I'm here. Number 4 for me is Bayley, because she just loses in WWE. In AEW, and AEW needs some people with real character that already have like established character, because the women just don't get time. And she's got established character already, and I love Bayley.
See, I love Bayley, and I think she could be very, very interesting there. I think lately, and Triple H has even talked about it, that she's more of like the 5-tool player right now for him, because right now she's helping building other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll go on her run again probably in the near future, but she would be great there.
Give me Bayley.
Number 4, Pete Dunne. Similar reasons that you have for Gunther / Volta. They're completely opposite though. He's a lot smaller, but he can really, really wrestle. But him being smaller and being able to really, really wrestle, he kind of fits in better with AEW, and you could have matches with, especially if it was in the near future, Danielson before he fully retires, Garcia, eventually Zack Sabre Jr. There's a lot of just pure wrestling that I would like to see out of matchups of him versus other people, that maybe because he is smaller, his future could be a little bit brighter with AEW possibly.
Okay, I can get it with it. I haven't seen much of him, but I know of him. That would be a good idea.
Yeah,
good pick.
There's some matches that if it was still accessible for free for us, I'd be like, go back and watch this one or this one, because they were when wrestling started really getting hyped again around like 2016, 2017, 2018, building to like that peak of NXT as well as the start of AEW. He was one of the people that put on some match of the year type candidates. Number 3.
Number 3. I have Montez Ford as my number 3 for one sole reason. I want to see him and Swerve together.
Honestly, for some reason,
I just feel like that would destroy everything.
my brain went to things like him in the same ring with like Isaiah Cassidy because of how much Isaiah flies when he gets thrown around. Or Ray Phoenix, just like people that fly
Yeah.
is where I thought you were going with that at first. Montez was actually completely a name I did not expect to hear, especially singular, because him and Dawkins as a tag team, like
Yeah.
Dawkins is solid.
Yeah. I didn't want to put both of them on my list.
It's okay because I have a team on my list.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then we're going to change my number 3 to the Street Profits then.
Because funny enough, it's also my number 3. I put the New Day.
Oh.
Because the long-standing rivalry with the video games and everything between like Xavier / Austin and Kenny, I'm like, we could just get like they're all a little bit older in their careers. Like you could have like a year where they just go video game crazy, and then whoever's wrestling in a few years is still wrestling, but they could also do great for their video game community and everything else, AEW, but also just kind of getting a more formal payoff to that rivalry that's existed on social media for years and years and years would be fun, even if Big E was simply a voice, a manager, because we need all three.
Yeah, that's the magic with all three of them together, but that would be so hype, man.
Big E is that person that as long as he's on your team, there's always going to be so much hype behind it.
Get him on commentary for any big meaty man match, and I guarantee you got gold.
Number 2.
Number 2.
My number 2, I went with Cody Rhodes.
Something.
I feel
Cody Rhodes.
You help build a company. You leave WWE or AEW, you go to WWE, you chasing that dream, you accomplish that dream, and you may feel like WWE's home, but AEW is the company you help build. I feel like it'd be great for him to go back for whether it be 1, 2, 3 years, because I know he doesn't want to wrestle too long, but at least, finish with the company you started.
Man, that makes me happy that I changed my number 2. Because my number 2 was Cody Rhodes until about 30 seconds ago. Because that's what was my thinking there as well. As you started this company, you should probably finish your career there. Like, I understand that you want to go and be the WWE champion, but in the end, I think if it was me, I would want to end my career with the company that I started, that I helped build from the ground up.
What did your number 2 become?
My number 2 became the Usos. Even though they're not a tag team right now, I still want to see the Super Kick Party versus the Uso Kick Party versus the Lucha Bros Kick Party. I want to see how many super kicks you can get in one match. And those 3 tag teams have to be in the match for it to happen.
But for some reason, my brain never put them back to a tag team, even though New Day and Usos had a great rivalry some years back that was actually great for a while. Before we move on with this video, we have one favor to ask of you if you made it this far.
Yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also check out our Discord. Link is down there in the description, also in the bio on our YouTube page.
And now, back to the video. Last time we did this, we ended up matching at number 1. This time we would have matched at number 2, but you changed it the last minute. I don't think there's any chance in hell we match on number 1 in this one, but let's see how this goes. Number 1. Who do you have?
Asuka.
I thought about it.
By far, that's the number 1 person that I want to see come from WWE. That title reign that she had just made me feel so bad for her last. And I was like, AEW would be like, nah, man. we're going to give you the belt 16 times for only a month, but but at least you're going to get that belt for a while, and you're not going to be treated like that.
So,
She's like the enhancement main event talent, and that kind of sucks.
do you remember how earlier I was talking about the hot years of NXT and like the build up and all of that? You should have seen her NXT championship run, undefeated in NXT.
Yeah.
Until Charlotte Flair on the main roster.
Charlotte Flair.
Who do you think it was going to be that ended it?
Of course, it's got to be Charlotte Flair. Because everything is Charlotte Flair.
My number one, and I kind of went a similar route as you, in terms of I did pick a woman. But this woman also explains the sole reason that Seth Rollins is number 5 on my list. I chose Becky Lynch. You want to be the man? Prove it. Take the fat ass payday, take all that drawing power, prove you're a draw, prove you're a top-notch person, go to the other company, revitalize that women's division like you talked about with Bayley, with some life of it, with someone who can actually wrestle worth a lick, Saraya. To live up to her gimmick, it would really make sense.
But Seth, I don't think he'll ever leave WWE.
But that is why Seth was number 5 on my list. Not because I actually... favorite wise he would have been up there. I probably could have came up with somebody else, but if Becky's going, Seth is going.